We welcome you into our services here at God's house. Our scripture text on today will be coming from 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, 10th verse. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that everyone, somebody say everyone, may receive the things done in his body according to that he has done, whether it be good or bad. 2 Corinthians 5 and 10 made it plain that we're going to be judged. But let me help you. Let me lay some groundwork before we get into this message today. You are not going to be judged for your sin. Do you hear me, church? Because if you believe in Jesus and what he did on the cross, if that's the object of your faith, Christ and him crucified, when you stand before the Lord, your sin debt has already been paid on the cross. Now, either it's finished or it's not. When we stand at the judgment seat of Christ, notice what the scripture says. We're going to be judged for the things that we did in this body. Not for our sin. It's speaking of where we kingdom builders, where we're about our Father's business, or where we pew warmers. That's what 2 Corinthians 5 and 10 is talking about. Let's look at some things that we're going to be judged on real quick. We're going to be judged on our doctrine beliefs. What we believe. Jesus said man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. Matthew 4:4. Do you believe the Bible? Did some preacher come along and tell you something that don't line up with the Word of God, and you believe it just because he said it? Just because he got a big church and he got a big reputation, you'll be surprised that people burning in hell right now because they believe a man because of his reputation instead of believing what the Word of God said. Proverbs 16 and 25 said, there is a way that seems right. That seems right. It seems right to a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. It seems right. Honey, you can't feel your way to heaven. You can't think your way to heaven. Jesus said you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. And just in case you don't know what the truth is, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father. No man comes to the Father but by him. The truth is a person, not a thing. It's Christ Jesus. You need to know Jesus. So our doctrine believes what we believe. And you know, the Bible tells us in 2 Timothy 2 and 15 to study to show ourselves approved. You need to know for yourself. Amen. A workman need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Rightly dividing the word of truth. If we're going to all give account of ourselves to God, we got to keep that in mind. And if you're on a false path will lead you to destruction. Don't take my word. Don't take nobody's word. Open your Bible, knock the dust off of them to see what the Lord said so you'll know for yourself. And I'm telling you something else. When you come to church without your Bible, you can't make it. Because you don't know whether the preacher's lying or not. You need to know for yourself. I'm telling you, church, we need to tighten up because our souls, where we're going to spend eternity, is at stake here. The most important thing you have, the one thing you cannot afford to lose, and once you lose it, you can't get it back. Honey, there are no windows in hell, no U-turn, no back doors. You crawl out, and it's too late to pray. Our prayers going to be answered on this side. So we need to know that what we believe is sound doctrine. Conduct towards others. How do we treat other people? The Lord said in Matthew 7 and 12, he said, do unto others as you will have them to do unto you. That means anything you do to anybody else is something you don't mind somebody doing to you. And let me help you. Galatians 6 and 7 say, be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever you sow, that shall you also reap. So whatever you do, going to have a boomerang effect. God's going to see to it that it comes right back to you. This is God's word, not Chanel. This is what God said. And he said that don't he's not mocked. You're not making no fool out of him. Don't go out there and plant no tomatoes and run out there and think you're going to pick an apple. It's not going to happen. What you sow, that's what you're going to reap. And if you're living in a glass house, don't throw no stone in your head. Because it's coming back the same way you put it out. Our conduct toward us, we are going to be judged by that. My mother used to say, baby, don't burn no bridge behind you. And I'm like, You know, this is a woman I know walk close to the Lord. This is a woman with 4 college degrees, but she sounds like she done flipped. Don't burn no bridge behind me. Mama, what you talking about? Don't burn no bridge behind me. I'm not going nowhere near no bridge. This was my reasoning. Young folks up in here, children up in here. When your mom and dad say something that don't make no sense, just throw it in the back of your head. Because a little farther on down the line, it's going to make all the sense in the world. You think they don't know, but baby, let me help you. They've been there, done that, and wrote the book. It's just that you haven't got to that chapter yet. But when you get to that chapter in your life, everything mama, dad, grandma, grandpa say going to all make sense. What my mother was saying when she was saying don't burn the bridge behind you is the same thing Jesus was saying in Matthew 7 and 12. Do unto others as you are having to do unto you. If you burn the bridge behind, God is not mocked. You're going to reap what you sow. The very bridge that you burn is going to be the only one in the whole wide world that you can come back across to get out of the mess you have put yourself in. God will see to it. Be careful how you treat people. And I'm going to be a little facetious with it. Be careful about the feet. Y'all stop at the cheerleaders. Be careful about the feet you step on your way up. Because they might be connected to the behind. You have to kiss on your way down. Be real careful about how you treat people. Stewardship. Are you faithful in what God put in your hand? Are you faithful? Are you really? The church is struggling today. You know why? Because it's full of thieves. And you know, y'all all around the world by TV, here in the church and anywhere else, y'all get mad at me. I don't care. You don't have a heaven to help put me in. And you're not paying my bills either. So get mad, but get the message. Get the message. You know, I really for somebody to get mad at me and get the message and go home and the Holy Spirit deal with them and they get right and be blessed. Then sit up and withhold the truth from them because I'm scared that it might hurt their feelings. How bad you think their feelings going to be hurt when they split hell wide open because you wouldn't tell the truth. In Matthew 25, again with the 14th verse, Jesus told us about 3 men that the master gave talents. He gave 1 5, 1 2, and gave one talent. And he went away. And when he came back, the one with 5 was double his talents. The one with 2 had doubled his talents. The one with 1, just like us, we have a lot of excuses. Well, I had to pay my light bill so I could pay my tax. You know, he had an excuse. Some of us going to die with an excuse. Some of us going to die with an experience. And when I say experience, seeing the power of God and the blessings of the Lord manifested in our life. Because in spite of the mountain, Lord, I choose to obey you. Now you got an opportunity to prove me now, the Lord said, if I not open the windows of heaven and pour y'all a blessing. But I can't do that because I got this bill to pay. The Lord knew that. He ain't doing nothing but testing you. And every time you pass a test, these children can tell you pass your test, you get promoted to the next grade. Some of y'all going to be just like a dog chasing his tail, going round and round the same mountain, never going any higher because you keep flunking the same test. You're scared to trust God, but you can trust man. You can go to the boat and trust a one-armed bandit, but you can't trust the one who said he wouldn't hold no good thing from you. Woo! We're not thinking right. We're not thinking right. Are we good stewards? And then, you know, when the children get sick, when the car breaks down, when you can't talk about the meat ends, can't even find the ends, the first thing we do is holler, oh, Lord, have mercy. But Jesus said in Luke 6 and 46, why call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things I say. And if somebody asks you, do you love the Lord? Before they can finish the question, yeah. But Jesus said in John 14 and 15, if you love me, keep my commandments. If you love me, do what I told you to. Keeping his commandments won't get you in heaven, but it'll sure cause you to be blessed down here. I'm talking about where you have need of nothing. Why? Because Jesus said, I'll open up the windows of heaven for you. And then he said, I will rebuke the devourer. What does that mean? That means when the doctor come in and tell you got cancer, it don't scare you because he's going to rebuke the devourer. Whatever the devil come with to steal, kill, and destroy, the battle not yours. It's the Lord. He promised and he said, prove me now. But we bad stewards. And when you stand before God, payday coming. You're going to be judged for that. You might think you're getting away down here, but baby, the day is coming. We just read it. We're going to have to give account. It's going to be a sad day at Black Rock. It's going to be a sad day at Black Rock. Nothing for nothing leaves nothing. Nothing for nothing, leave nothing. Don't expect the Lord's best when you don't put nothing in. You go down into that bank and tell them to give you some money. You haven't put nothing in there. The police, the Pope gonna come get you, okay? They're gonna send you robbing the bank. Well, it's the same way with God. Will the man rob God? We rob the one that we need the most. And you know what's so bad about that? 10 cents out of a dollar. If 10 cents out of a dollar is gonna keep you from doing what you got to do, you aren't gonna be able to do it no way. Woo, Lord, help us put our thinking caps on. Our words, the words that come out of our mouth. You know, some people talk to folks any kind of way. And you know one thing that really get me when I'm in a grocery store or department store somewhere and hear somebody talk to a child any kind of way. Ooh, I wish the Lord just turned his head and just give me 3 minutes with him. Just turn your head for a minute, Lord. Go on vacation for just a few minutes and lock us up in a room together. You know, it don't make no sense for no one. The Bible tells us in Matthew 12, 36 and 37, we're going to be condemned or we're going to be justified. Condemned means hell-bound. Justified means right with God by the words that come out of our mouth. I look on Facebook sometimes because I post messages on there and I see people, they got a post on there about Jesus and you scroll down a couple posts, they cursing like a sailor. Amen. Make a sailor blush. Amen. James 3 and 10 said, blessing and cursing coming out the same mouth ought not to be so. How you gonna, you can't serve God with your mouth and the devil with your mouth too. Come on now. We need to clean that up. And especially in front of children. Children are just like little sponges. You think they don't have it, they got it better than you before it comes out your mouth. Like a little dry sponge, they absorb everything. What are we feeding the children? What are we setting them up for? With our words. Your words, like a man that talks so bad about the preacher. And he went to another preacher and said, well, what can I do? I know I was wrong. How can I make it up? He said, go and fill his garbage bag with leaves and then go to every house in the village and put a leaf in front of that house. And when you do, you come back and I'll tell you what to do. He did. Put a leaf in front of every house. He came back to the preacher. He said, okay, now what do I need to do? He said, okay, go back and get every leaf. He said, but I can't do that. He said, by now the wind is blowing them away. He said, that's the same way your words are. Once they come out, you can't take them back. A lot of people in divorce court. Why? Because somebody didn't have no tempers. They opened their mouth, inserted their foot. Opened their mouth and gave a sacrifice of food. That's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We need to listen more. I found, I can really talk. But people that's been around me found out one thing about me. I can listen better than I talk. And so that's saying a lot because I can show run my mouth. I can take one verse out of scripture and preach 6 months on it. So I can talk. That's what God put me here to do. But I listen, believe it or not, better than I talk. Because I found out some church, anything I say, I already know it. But if I listen, I might hear something I didn't know. So we need to be careful with our words. Proverbs 18:21 say death and life. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Be especially with your children. I'm going to really press in on that. And not so much for these. I'm not really picking on y'all in this church. Because I'm really proud. Every mother in here that I know, I'm so proud of y'all I can bust open. But this is going out here. This is going out here. I don't know if you go to church anywhere, or if your mom and dad taught you anything, but y'all need to stop talking to these children any kind of way, because death and life is in the power of the tongue. And the things that cursing these children out and all that and hitting them upside the head, you're wrong for that. And you still tell a child, you no good just like your no good daddy. You're not going to be nothing. Well, how would you feel if you heard that all your life growing up? By the time he get old enough to make decisions, he's not going to even try to do that. Because you already programmed him for failure. You're already programmed. You need to tell your child, baby, you can do all things through Christ will strengthen you. It ain't nothing too hard for you, baby. Let's pray about this. The Lord is mountain mover. You can pass that test. Child studying, the Holy Spirit going to help you remember what you studied. We need some people that love the Lord, that raise these children up today in the fear of the Lord, to train up a child in the way they should go, and stop using our mouths as murder weapons, destroying your own family. Amen. Amen. Husband, man, how you talk to your wife if you plan on keeping her? She's sitting over there crying, you laughing and think it's funny. You're going to come home one day and you're going to see where she was at. She'll be gone. And wives work the same way too. We need to be mindful of how Ephesians, the 4th chapter, 27th verse said, let no corrupt communication come out of your mouth. but that which edify, which build up. We're supposed to be building one another. And then these two-faced folks, especially churches, a lot of churches like that. Boy, before they get to the parking lot, good child, did you see what she had on? And she thinks she's something. And she always get to sing one. How come Pastor don't never let me sing? He wrong for that. Have you ever thought maybe he don't let you sing because you sound like Kermit the Frog? Maybe because he can see that attitude you have, the Holy Spirit done reveal something to it. And then, you know what really killed me about that? Why you out there on the parking lot or go home and get on the telephone and ask why the pastor did something? Won't you ask the pastor? He the one that you got a problem with what you're talking to somebody else about. Go ask him. Go ask her. I tell the people in this church that all the time. It ain't nothing broke that we can't fix, but if you don't come to me, then you going out there, the mess gonna stay the same. But if there's something wrong, and pastors, y'all need to carry yourself in a way where everybody in the church can come to you. If mine don't come to me, it's not because they can't, it's because they choose not to. Because a child can correct me. But the Bible saying a child shall lead them, a child can correct me. Anybody who comes to me. And you don't have to be a member of this church. You can be somebody following by radio or television. If somebody preach, you have a problem with it, you got the number, call it. Let's see what the Bible says about it. It don't make no sense to leave out this door, turn the TV or the radio off, and still have questions. We got the Bible. We got the truth. That's all we need. But some preachers don't want you to come, and you welcome to come to me. Your talents. How are you using your talent? We ain't going to be judged by these things. These are things that came from the Bible, not off the top of my head. These are things that came straight. What did Jesus say in Matthew 5? He said that you're supposed to be like a city that sit on the hill, that can't be hid. A candle that gives light to the whole house. He said, let your light so shine that men may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. We're supposed to be about our Father's business with our talents that God bless you to have. God bless you to sing or to play an instrument. But you know what? You got a lot of churches today that have musicians that God has given them the wisdom and the anointing to play. And on Saturday night they playing in the club. Sunday night they playing in the church. And the pastor is dead wrong for that because you can't serve two masters. Now Jesus said, you ain't got to like it, but it don't change the fact that it's true. You don't have to agree. It don't change the fact that it's true. Matthew 6:24, Jesus said, a man can't serve two masters. You're going to love one, I hate the other. You in a nightclub, what in the round world in a nightclub glorify God? You got people in there smoking cigarettes, destroying the temple of the living God. And then you got people in there drinking, destroying the temple, and they were using alcohol to give cirrhosis of the liver to cut their lifespan off. The families standing there crying because they died 20 years earlier. You got people in there cursing, corrupt communication. You got people in there, if you put something down, they can get it, steal it. Ain't no different than going to the boat. I heard people say, well, we just go to the boat to eat. You pass 20 restaurants to get there. What you have to go to the boat to eat for? You pass 20 restaurants. And do you know how to cook? I mean, look at the same thing going to the nightclub, going on the boat, and then comes plop your behind down in the church on Sunday, and you wonder why God don't answer your prayer. Well, I'm doing just fine. Keep on running. Because after the day, God going to touch the Holy Spirit already told me before I preach this message. This is a final warning for some people. You don't have to believe it, but you're going to see it. It might be a couple of weeks, it might be 6 months, but this message is going to come back to some of y'all because I know God gave me this to warn some people, and it's a final warning for some people. He get ready to touch your circumstance. He get ready to rock your world. And when God rock your world, and you know, I don't like preaching messages like this, but I don't have no choice. Because he's going to rock somebody's world, I'm going to make sure it ain't on mine. I'm going to make sure my hand's clean. I'm going to make sure I deliver my soul. If I'm not going to preach what the Lord tells me to preach, I need to sit down in the pew. My soul is at stake. But you can't serve two masters. Joshua 24:15 said, choose this day who you're going to serve. When payday comes, it's all going to be well for you. It's all going to be well. This is a personal thing for each and every one of us. It's not about the person next to you or behind you. It's about you. It's about the one in the mirror. When payday comes, we'll all be well. First of all, you got to be saved. If you're born again, you're going to have to give account of everything you did down here. Was it to the glory of God? I have a habit every morning to ask the Lord, wherever I go, whatever I do, Lord, help me glorify you. Amen. Because if he knows some of these folks, I will attack. I look like the extra special stupid people. I always get put in my path, and they always do something dumb that look like they should have just flat out known better. I mean, some things look like you know, you get a certain age, you ought to just know better. And God always put them in my path, allow them to be in my path. I get tested all the time. And boy, you talking about holding that tongue. James said if you can bridle your tongue, you can control your whole body. He sure ain't no lying child. If I like to hold my tongue so many times, it's people in this city right here. If I would just open my mouth behind these cameras, a lot of people would be looking for jobs. Now don't y'all tremble. Y'all know who y'all, but don't tremble. I ain't gonna say nothing. No, God got something for you. He got something for you. I'm not gonna get in the way. Let you get that butt whooping. I'm not gonna be in one with you. No, it's not never. The things that I don't reveal about people, it's not because I'm afraid of them. It's because I fear God. Amen. When your motives, the reason behind you do the things you do. Come on now. Your heart. Is your heart right or do you have heart trouble? We got so much of that. You know, people, they have the wrong motives when they do something. How do you like somebody to do something for you and then you hear about it on the 6 o'clock news? How they keep it? If you got to do something, we ain't going to tell everybody, I don't want it that bad. Take it to the next person. But we got people that do stuff for folks just for that, so they have something to talk about. What's your motives? Let me tell you something. 1 Samuel 16 verse 7 say, man, look on the outward appearance as far as you can go. Because you can't judge no man's heart, because you don't know. But it said, God look at the heart. That's why David said, Lord, create me a clean heart. Even the things that you say is because of what's in your heart. When the Bible speaks of the heart, it's not speaking of the blood pump in your chest. It's speaking of your mind. You love with your heart. You hate with your heart. You make decisions to do good or evil with your heart. That's your brain, baby. It's not the blood pump in the middle of your chest. How you going to love God with a blood pump? You love him with your heart, your mind. So God is looking at our heart. He's looking at out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, Jesus said. Whatever in your heart, that's why they came out your mouth. You're people with corrupt communication. Why? Because they have a corrupt heart, a corrupt mind. Amen. So what's our motives? Jesus talked about that in Matthew the 6th chapter. The first 7 verses. He used prayer, he used giving, and fasting. Those were 3 things that he used. He said, when you pray, when you fast, and when you give, don't do it to be seen of men. Right. If you do it to be seen of men, he said you have your reward. In other words, don't expect nothing from God. When you do it to be seen of men, that's all you get. You're not getting nothing. I don't care if you get $1 million, you might as well have set it on fire because you're not getting nothing from God. Don't do it to be seen of men. Read it, Matthew 6, 1 through 7. He warned us of this, that we, Colossians 3 and I believe verse 23 said we can do all things as unto the Lord. We do all things, not some of them. We do them with a pure heart. I like doing things for people. I like surprising people with little things. And I'm not going to sit up here and toot my horn or nothing, but I just like doing that. Doing little bit of things that when people are least expecting to do something nice for them. I enjoy it. It gives me great pleasure to bring somebody else pleasure. And you don't get nobody pleasure when you're trying to bring them down. What are our motives when we do those things? We don't have no reward unless we do everything unto the Lord. And finally, the last thing, our attitude. We have to watch our attitude. We really have to watch our attitude because God is watching it too. What's our attitude? Are we merciful toward other people? Remember what Jesus said. If we want mercy in Matthew 5, we have to give mercy. And I don't know about y'all, but I fail the Lord sometimes. It makes me sick. It makes me physically sick. It makes me mentally sick when I fail the Lord. I don't know about y'all. I get up every morning and ask the Lord to help me glorify Him. And to fail Him, you feel like a dog. As my pastor said, hang on the right stick over here. When you feel the Lord, when you truly love the Lord, when you truly realize how good He's been to you, and how good He is to you, and how awesome of a plan He has for your life, you don't want to fail Him. It's the last thing you want to do. If you don't feel that way, you need to get saved. If you don't feel that way, I don't care what somebody says, you're not saved. Because if you say you love the Lord, the most important thing in your life is keeping Him happy. Everything else is secondary. Everything else is secondary. Don't make no difference what man think or say. The number one thing is, Lord, am I pleasing in your sight? Can the Lord look at me and say, well done? Let me tell you again, church, payday is coming. Yes, it is. So our attitude needs to be right toward God. Our attitude needs to be right toward other people as well. We need to be merciful. We need to be loving and forgiving. Why? Because the Lord is merciful, loving, and forgiving to us. He loved us so much, He gave His only begotten Son. Be beyond recognition. Nailed to a cross for a bunch of people who don't even say thank you when they wake up in the morning. But He went to the cross anyway. And He said, all men will know you my disciples if you love one another. He said, love one another as I have loved you. And love, the first thing you learn about love, and anybody out there getting ready to get married, anybody in a relationship, remember this about love. The first principle of love is that love don't hurt. Love don't hurt. How you love me, you instead of hurting me. When you love somebody, it hurts you to see them hurt. Amen. If something hurt them, that just about kill you. You feel like it was done to you. When you really love somebody, and that's why we hate to fail the Lord if we really love Him. And then to be forgiven. Lord have mercy, I just can't forgive that helper pastor. You don't know what all she did today. You just don't know. She just said low down and dirty, and she did this, and then she said this, and then on top of that, she went down there and da 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 da. Some people can do some things so hideous to you. A lot of preachers will tell you to forgive them is to forget. I beg to differ. Amen. I don't agree with that. Because some people can do some things so rotten to you, the only way that you could possibly forget is to have a brain transplant. To have your brain taken out of your head. Now, that's the only way you're going to forget. And wherever your brain goes, that memory still going to be in that hideous thing that they did to you. But forgiving them means that you keep taking that thing to the Lord, and you might have to go a million times depending on how hard you got hit. But you keep taking it to the Lord till you get to a point where there's no malice, no anger, no hatred in your heart toward them. If you saw them on the side of the road, you could stop and help them without saying, yeah, see that, you did it. See, if you got to see that attitude, you're not ready yet. All right now. You're not ready yet. To forgive somebody, to release the situation into the hand of the Lord. And let me help you. The person that you don't forgive is going to be responsible for you splitting hell wide open. Because Jesus said in Matthew 6:14 and 15, if you don't forgive, your Father in heaven won't forgive you. And whether you know it or not, you cannot get in heaven with unforgivable sin. So these are things that we're going to be judged on at the judgment seat of Christ. Let me run through them again. Your doctrine believes what you believe. Is it true or false? Your conduct toward others, how you treat other people. Your stewardship, are you faithful in what God put in your hand? I didn't pay my tithes because I missed church. Did God put it in your hand or you still owe it? You can't be in the Girl Scouts or the Boy Scouts without paying dues. And we're talking about the one wake you up every morning. Your words. Are your words poisonous? Are they breathing life over people? Are you speaking death over? We're going to answer for these. Payday coming, y'all. Our talents. Are we trying to serve God and the devil too? Or are we using our talents for the Lord? Oh, there's so much I can tell y'all about these things. Your motives. What was in your heart? Did you help somebody because you really wanted to help them? Or did you help them and go talk about it? See, it don't make no difference what nobody else doing. I'm telling you, you're going to be judged for these things if you're a child of God. Everybody else going to hell. But you're going to hell. And then the thing that's so about this, and your attitude and your motives, but the thing about this is, you got to understand that you're going to gain, think about what our scripture text said. You're going to gain or lose reward. You're going to gain, I don't want to lose nothing the Lord has for me. And then Revelation 3:11, Jesus warned us to be careful that somebody else don't get your reward. I'm going to get a whole lot of folks' reward. And I'll explain that to y'all in the business meeting. But I'm going to get a whole lot of people reward. And you know what? I received that and thank you, Jesus, but not with joy, because I rather for every man to get his own reward. Jesus died for you to have life more abundantly. But we got to do this thing God's way. And the reason why, because payday is coming. We're going to all have to give account of ourselves to God when we're faithful in this life toward the Lord. Store up your treasures in heaven, Jesus told us in Matthew 6:19. Store up your treasures in heaven. Don't take too much stock in this. All this is going to be burned and renovated by fire. 2 Peter 3rd chapter tells us ain't nothing going to be left down here. Before the New Jerusalem comes sit down, there's all this mess. Everybody running over, killing each other for it. Ain't none of that going to matter when you stand before the Lord. Not but one thing going to matter. Were you faithful? Were you faithful? Were you upright? The things that you did, were you trying to glorify and please and acceptable to the Lord? We hope you were blessed by the message on the day. We look forward to being with you again on next week. God bless you. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it.